can you talk about, just how Rudy impacted you guys on both ends tonight?
He was the aggressor, man. I think just on the boards. I mean, the stats show one thing, but you look at the little things. Sprinting down the floor, the tips that he had, the finishes, finishing through contact, dunking the ball. I think that's something that really set the tone. It was similar to how he played in who we played Bucks. When he dunked on Giannis, it kind of set the tone. And he did that from the jump. And I think that's the Rudy we need. Every day, and he's been doing that, man. I think that's really what set the tone for us. Being able to hit him in the pocket, whether it's making a play, finding finishing at the rim, finding guys for three, sprinting the screens. Him and Joe have a great connection. Myself and him, we're continuing to find ways. I missed him on the quick pass, but still being able to see those things and communicate that, I think, has been great. And you have 53 seconds before the TV turns off. But I think that's really been huge. I think tonight was just another one of those nights where he just dominated the glass. And I think that was huge for us.
Chris and Kenny, Jazz TV.
John, the Clippers defense made you guys work for your shots, especially in that first half. What stood out to you about their defense?
They were just aggressive. When you got Pat Bev, who's first team, all defense, for myself, him stripping the ball early, picking up full court. Like, I think that really set the tone for them. They feed off of that. He feeds off of that. So just being able to be patient, take our time, and play through that. And you saw it, their teams have been, if you look at the early games of the season, teams have done that, and we kind of didn't know how to react or how to do it. But I think now we're starting to get to a point where we're starting to figure out how to just play through the contact. I can still hear me? Okay. But yeah, play through contact, be able to make the right decisions. And I think it's just one of those things we haven't seen in a while, and, just kind of getting used to it and playing through it. But they did a really good job being physical, and we did a really good job of, finding ways to go around and pushing the pace more, making them run back. I think was huge.
Sarah Todd, Deseret News.
Don, we found out today that Quin Snyder is going to be the coach for the All-Star game. I know that a lot of, the team's success is the reason that he'll be there, but how happy are you for him to actually kind of get to partake in the festivities?
Oh man, for Coach, man, I love Coach. I think this is well deserved. You look at, obviously we score, we do all these different things, but he writes the stuff down. He's the one that emphasizes it. Yeah, we go out and play, but we're a really well coached team. I think that's something that really stands out. And Coach gave me an opportunity, and I love him for that. And just teaching me little things, little attention to detail, just finding ways to get the best out of each player, each individual player. Man never sleeps. To be honest, he's always up. During quarantine, before the bubble, I can't tell you how many times we had conversations just about schemes and what I see, what he sees, how I can be better, how we can be better as a team, how to go out there and do it. In the bubble, continuous times where we finish a game, he's right in the room watching the next game, getting ready for the next game. Season's over, sending me clips, coming to see me and talk to me just about what he sees, going forward for this upcoming year. And I think, and I'm not the only one. He's seen other guys and talked to other guys, but the amount of effort that he puts into his craft is truly incredible. I got all the respect and the love in the world for him, man. And this is truly deserved, and I'm really happy for him. And I know I wouldn't say he doesn't care, but it's not like his ultimate goals of championship, but that we feed off of that. He's like, he hasn't brought it up once. Like, nor should he, but nor would he. But he's just a guy that's just continuously ready for the next thing, ready for the next challenge, ready for the next thing. And he won't ever say it, but he's the best coach in the league in my opinion. Just a guy who goes out there every night, competes in his own right. Whether it's not physically on the floor, but he's competing mentally, finding ways to get better, get the best out of his players, the video guys, the trainers, coaches, and I got nothing but love for Coach, and I'm happy for him.
Ben Anderson, KSLSports.com.
Donovan, I know it's pretty cliche. They say it about guys when they see the ball go through the hoop that the next one gets easier. But, you were 2 of 10, and then you did hit that 15-footer, 18-footer. What does that feel like when you're struggling and you hit a jump shot? Does it feel like it gets easier?
I think the biggest thing is not really thinking about, I'm 2 for 10. That's where it starts. When you start, kind of going there, that's when you start to hesitate. That's when you lose confidence in your shot. 2 of 10 can turn into 12 of 20 in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I look at it. You know, and some people may don't, some people do, but like, that's how I continue to do with my team. They need me to be aggressive in attack. And some decisions, you know, you wish you can take back. Some shots just in and out. Some shots that I normally make, which is short. You know, I'm getting the looks that I want in certain instances. Now it's just about hitting them. And that's really where my mindset was. And then once I got to the mid range, I started just taking it. You know, they were taking what they gave me. You know, instead of driving into Serge and Zubac for no apparent reason, just take the open shot. And that was what's there, and that got me going. And then, you know, once I get there, finding guys and continue to make plays, but the game becomes easy. But, you know, I think the biggest thing is, like, no matter if I miss 8 in a row, 10 in a row, like, I'm going to continue to do what I do because that's what the team needs me to be aggressive. You know, and if I think about how many shots I've missed, that affects the next 3 quarters. You know, I could have easily said, all right, let me just chill out, you know, and stop shooting or be hesitant. It takes me out of what I do, takes away from what we do as a team. And that's not who I am.
Last one, Chris and Kenny.
Hey, Don, just have a follow-up about Rudy. Can you just describe the edge that he has, that he plays with?
Yeah. I think I've gone on to say it. I've talked about Royce. I've talked about Joe in the offseason, but he's a guy as well. You know, he took that Game 7 loss personally too. We all did. And, you know, I think for him, he found something in the playoffs. You know, I think with him playing the way he played, he found it, whether it was, you know, catching the ball more or being able to finish through contact, being even more of a dominant force on the defensive end. You know, we see it, you know, and he's hungry, he's communicating, he's talking. And, you know, that's the Rudy we need, you know, to be in the elite team. And he's been doing that, you know, and then some, you know, and I think that's something that stands out to me every day. You know, he wakes up and he works hard every day, works hard, puts the work in, and continues to try to be the best player he can be. And I think that's something that, you know, translates into his game that you guys are starting to see. You know, he's had 20 and 20 games before, but I don't know if y'all can agree. I think these have been his best. You know, if I as a whole, you know, I think that's something that's just, from my personal opinion, these have been his best 20 games, 18 and 16, and he's doing it against top level competition. And I think that's something that, you know, stands out because he's a dominant force on the defensive end, but where he's really picked it up is being patient, finishing around the rim, catching, make the right decisions. And I think that's what's helping us get to that next level.
All right. Thank you, Donovan.
Thank you. Oh.